Saboor Nadem, the last time that we crossed paths, it was in Idomeni, Greece.
Yeah.
On the Greek-Macedonian border. You were living in a tent, right?
Yeah. When I was in Macedonia border, I was in the tent.
And here we are on the lakefront in Lucerne, Switzerland.
Yeah. We are now in the Luzern, Switzerland. It's a city of Luzern, Switzerland. Here is a nice place. It's like gorgeous. When you come here, you like to see every day. Every day, if you come here, see, and also you want to see more.
So, you've been in Switzerland for how long?
I am here about more than 10 months, almost 11 months like this.
But the journey here was not an easy one, and that's what we're going to focus on in this video. We're doing a couple other interviews which are appearing in other videos, but this video is going to focus on your trek to Europe and through Europe, which was quite burdensome. So very briefly, you came to Europe with, was it two other people from Afghanistan?
You mean a smuggler?
No, I mean
friends.
Basir
Yeah,
and
yeah.
friends.
Yeah, I came with two another persons. One Nazir and another one is Basir. Basir living in Lithuania. Nazir living in here in Switzerland, the Zurich of Switzerland. I am living in Lucerne. We are started our travel from the Ruhr province of Afghanistan. We came step by step from Ruhr to Herat, and Herat to Mashhad, city of Iran, and come from Mashhad to Turkey. Not easy, really. When sometimes I remind my memories how to come from Afghanistan, especially from Athens to here, really make me sad. Really,
So,
make me painful, and it was so hard.
when you were going from Turkey to Greece, you took one of those small boats or
Yeah.
rafts that became so famous during the peak of the refugee crisis.
Yeah, when we arrived at Cheshme, it's one of area belong to Izmir, city of Turkey. The first night we couldn't cross it from the sea of Greece and Turkey, and another night we cross it so hard by with about 80 persons with the bags. It was a hell. All of children, all of women, all of family, old men, old women, the young teenagers, children, all of that night they cried because that was so dangerous that the smuggler told us about 40 minutes we will arrive from the Cheshme to Greece to the island of Lesbos. But that was light. About 3 and 4 hours we were on the water. After that we arrived on the Lesbos island and Greece.
Okay, so after arriving in Lesbos, you made your way up to Athens and then
Yeah.
the Greek-Macedonian border, which was where I met Basir, and the interview with Basir ended up effectively enabling him to fly into Lithuania, but you and Nazir, who I hope to be speaking with and interviewing shortly after this, you and Nazir did not receive that kind of help, so you had to battle it out for a while. You went back down to Athens briefly, is right?
Yeah, when we arrived to the Lesbos island, after that we took the ship, and after I think 24 hours we arrived to Athens. For 3 months, me with Nazir, and almost 1 month we were with Basir also, and Basir left us. Basir went to the Lithuania by embassy, like legally, after your video published. And after that, me and Nazir started our journey from Greece to the Hotel Hara, or near the Domeni. It's close to the Macedonia border. We tried about 8 months, 8 times from Hotel Hara of Greece to the Macedonia, and this
You
eight
mean
times.
you crossed into Macedonia
Yeah,
8 times?
8 times we crossed it. After that, the police of Macedonia they arrested us and sent us back to the Greece. Every times when we cross it from there, about 3 and 4 nights, we were to the forest, and we bad situation, bad condition. That times weren't anything for eating, anything for drinking. Just me and Nazir had for 1 or 2 nights something for eating, for drinking. After that, we finished. And we must eating some beefs, some other things to the forest. That time's very bad, very bad for us. But after that, we slow cross it from the Macedonia.
So you, at one point when you crossed into Macedonia, you managed to keep going, but Nazir was detained by the police, and at that point you split up. Is that correct?
Yeah. When the 9 times, when the 9 times arrived, me with Nazir, with 23 another persons, family and single man, we crossed it from the Greece, Otalhara to the Macedonia. When we arrived at Skopje, it's capital of Macedonia. That place was a police. All the times police control it, all of area, because the police knows the refugees which way they come. The police.
This was in the spring of 2016, just to be clear.
I think, but I forgot. Sorry.
It was.
Yeah. And that time we were 25 persons together. We walked slowly near the one red light. I said to a smuggler, it's a police. A smuggler told me it's not police. It's like alarm, but it's no problem. We can cross it from here. But that times the police were there. When we cross it, a smuggler crossed it. After a smuggler, me crossed it, and after me, 9 another persons crossed it. After that, the police said, "Don't move, don't move." Nazir and another persons, the police arrested and sent back Nazir and with another family, another persons to the hotels. I could cross from Macedonia to the Waxinche. It's one area near the Serbia border, and after that, the slow step by step, I cross it to Serbia, to the Belgrade, capital of Serbia. And after step by step again, we crossing from Serbia to the Orgush. It's
Okay. So after all the trouble getting into and through Macedonia, you reached the Serbian-Hungarian border.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Yeah, we arrived. Unfortunately, that time Nazir wasn't with me. I was alone with another my friends. When I arrived to Argush, about 20-25 days I was in Orgush camp. It's close. It was close to the Hungary border, Hungary country, and at about 25 and 26 like this, I was there, and that times many times I saw the Serbia people like mafia. All the time they made problems to the refugees. They robbed the things of refugees like mobile, like money, like another things. They beat in the refugees. When we went from the Orgush camp to the bazaar, it was also belong to Orgush, and between the bazaar of Orgush and camp of Orgush was a forest, a small forest. When we arrived there, the mafia of some of people, they were mafia. They catch it has, they beat in has. They gave some money, mobile, everything with when we're with has. They catch it. And after 25 or 26 days, I spoke with the smuggler. Please, my situation is so bad. I wrote my name on the list, but I cannot wait here about 4 and 5 months. It's better to cross it from the fence. Smuggler told me it's no problem. I will help you, and one day when we call you, it's ready to you and with another persons, I will send you from here to the Hungary. That times one day a smuggler told me today you ready? I say to a smuggler, yeah, I am today ready. I am no problem. And the smuggler said, come. One address he told me. I went to the smuggler. After that, he with about nine another persons from Afghanistan, from Pakistan. We were together that times. And 2-3 nights we were in the forest and the jungle near of the Hungary border. That time the weather wasn't good. The weather was like hell. 2 times, 3 times, the smuggler tried to cross it or cut it the fence. After that, we cross it from that because we couldn't because that times the Hungary police, the border of Hungary police, they check it so hard on the border of Hungary. One the part had helicopter all the time crossing from the border, and another part that the police with the cars, they all the times, all the days, all the nights, they cross it from the borders. And finally we could cross it that border because the smuggler one night cut it the fence. After that we went, and about 10 until 12 kilometers we walk it in that area. After that, the police of Hungary arrested us. Then they beaten us. They and also fought with dogs and used spray. And after they ported us to the jail. About 1 month we were to the jail. After that, when we finished the jail times, after I spoke with one of my friends. I said to my friend, please, if you know some smuggler, please introduce me, because in Hungary I cannot stay here, because here is the violence is high against the refugees. And that times the Hungary police also took our fingerprints. And when that my friend gave me the smuggler, I called to a smuggler. I said to a smuggler, please send me from here to another country. Smuggler said it's no problem, okay. And step by step again I start my travel from the Hungary to the Basel of Switzerland. When I spoke with the smuggler,
Did you at that point have Switzerland in mind as a country to go to and ultimately live in?
At that time I didn't think about the country, which country is nice for me, just because that the Hungary police arrested has, beaten us, they used it spray, they so hard things did against us. After that I spoke with the smuggler. I said to the smuggler, no problem, every country is safe, I want to send me, it's no problem, Switzerland, Germany, another countries, just I need safe country, because in here and Hungary here is not safe, because
So how did you get from Hungary to Switzerland?
yeah, I came, the Switzerland said to me, we will put you on the track. I said to a smuggler, it's danger, because it's...
So this is a big truck that
big truck,
carries things from country to country.
It was a big truck. The truck has a container truck. I said to the smuggler, it is dangerous because it wasn't good experience, and before I heard something about the truck. Some refugees, they died in the truck. It's not good. He said it's safe truck, no problem, don't worry, we will send you on safe. When I put you in the truck, it's so easy, you can cross from Austria to another country, we will send you. Okay, I said okay. They put me on the truck, the container truck. After about 3 nights with 3 days I was in the truck. After that I called to a smuggler. He said, and this time it's nice, it's a good country. If you win the truck stop, you knock it the truck with your hand, with your leg. After that the driver will open and you can leave. It's so easy, you can apply asylum in that country. It's not like Hungary.
And that's what you did?
No.
I mean, in the truck, you went in the back of this truck?
Yeah.
And did the driver know you were in
No,
there?
No.
So when you arrived in Basel, Switzerland, was it? You just knocked on the
Yeah.
truck?
When they put me in the truck, that the driver didn't know about me, one person in the truck, because the truck came from Hungary to Austria to Switzerland to another country, and this border is not so checked. Just an Hungary border and Greece border, Macedonia and Serbia and other borders to checking the cars, the truck. And I came by truck. It was so hard. There wasn't good oxygen, good atmosphere, because I I must
You
come.
were in there for 3 days?
Yeah, for 3 days I was there. That time really was so hard for me, because I didn't have another way. Just
Was
when
there anyone else in there with you?
no, just I was alone there. That time I didn't have another way. Just one way I had, and this way I must accept it. The track I can by track.
And
Finally, I arrived.
how did you know when to knock on the truck?
Because that the driver, that the smuggler told me, when you knock it and the track, and when the truck stop some place, you can knock it, because it's container, it's still the driver knew which one. We have a person in the truck, the driver will come and open.
How did you know when?
It wasn't clear, but about 6 and 7 hours, like evening, like this. I didn't, but this smuggler told me it's okay. This is good time. You knock it, the container, the track container, and I knock it. After that, the driver come. When the driver opened the back of container door, just driver look at me, nothing said to me. Just look it and think it. And I went straight. I also didn't speak with the driver.
That must have been I don't know, if not traumatic, a pretty wild experience. So from my understanding, it's just an accident that you ended up in Switzerland. It's just an accident that you knocked on the truck.
Yeah,
in Basel, Switzerland.
Yeah, it was like accident. When I come Hungary, I didn't want to come Switzerland, because before I come here, I knew some information about the countries of Europe, and here is hard laws against the refugees. I didn't speak with the smuggler about the Switzerland, which I wanted to come here. Just it was an accident. I came, I knocked it, and when I saw, I asked someone in the Switzerland. Someone told me here is Basel of Switzerland. I said where is the police station, where is the registration or asylum center, like this, and I found it.
So Switzerland isn't very much associated with refugees, but in my time here visiting you, I see that there are a substantial amount of refugees and asylum seekers here. I don't have any figures for you on the top of my head, but so to update your story and wrap it up a little bit. So you've been in Switzerland for about 10 months now, and you're coming from a place in Afghanistan where you were working as a journalist, and you were targeted by the Taliban, at least according to you, and you say you have documents to back it up. So where do things stand? Have you been given asylum? Are you still applying for asylum? Where does that process stand?
When I am here about almost 11 months, it's without result. The Switzerland people is very nice.
So you're still in the process
I am still in the
trying
process,
to get
yeah.
asylum in Switzerland.
Yeah, I am still standing or waiting for the process. There, in here is nothing clear nothing. They didn't send me any paper for my result. Just uh, I can stay here. I can live here, but still they didn't send me any paper. I'm waiting like without result.
But the government is providing you a place to live, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They've moved you to a couple different places, I guess. So you're living in an apartment, now you're living in a camp.
Yeah, I am living in the camp. That provided a camp for us. We are about 35 people from different country. We are living in the Oberkirch camp. It's camp, 4 people. We are living in one room from different provinces of Afghanistan, and also every citizen of another countries, they are, and every four persons living in one room. It's a camp. We are waiting for a result. Processing.
So the government's giving you a place to stay, and they're giving you a little money.
Yeah, they give
Obvious
us. Yeah.
Switzerland is a very expensive country, so that makes for a precarious
Yeah.
situation in terms of finances.
Yeah, they give us place. They give us every 2 weeks 145 francs. It's okay for us, and for now we must accept everything because we
And you're getting Swiss German language classes, right?
Yeah, about 6 months already I've been to the Swiss German language, and
If you get asylum, if you are granted asylum in Switzerland,
mhm.
what is your long-term plan? What do you have envisioned for your new life as a resident
Yeah.
of Switzerland?
If they accept me in here in Switzerland, I want to working as a journalist. I want to continue my work because it's my love, it's my everything. I like to as a journalist working in here in Switzerland in the future. And now I am searching some jobs to working as a journalist.
You've written a couple articles for some publications here, right?
Yeah, already few articles or columns I sent to some magazine in Switzerland. They publish it. They say it's interesting. If you write another, we will publish. We like your story. We like your some articles, some column. It is nice for me in Switzerland. I like the people of Switzerland. All of the people of Switzerland is very lovely, very kindly. They are all the times try to help the refugees in every kind of condition.
I've seen some of or a little bit of the reporting you've done, and we've actually collaborated a little bit. You did some very good work that I published, reporting from the refugee camps you were on, some of the problems there and some of the despair. So I believe you have the potential to be a professional journalist here in Europe, and I would like to see you succeed on that track.
Thank you.
If you are going to be a journalist here in Europe, what kind of journalism do you want to do? What kind of work do you see yourself doing?
Thank you so much for your good wishes, dear Josh. I want to continue my job. It's no problem. It's like announcer on television, or like reading the news, reading the reports, making reports here, outside here.
You have a background in several different types of media. You have a background in the written media, radio and television. Is that correct?
Yeah. I have background from my job and the television, radios, two radios, and other magazines in my city. One magazine named Assam. I worked with this, and also I worked with radio, Radio Adalat, and Radio Firisco. Radio Adalat I had worked as a reporters, and Radio Firisco I worked as a program manager. And also I worked with RTA, National Afghan Television. It's belong to government, and my and rural province. has a like announcer, recorded social programs and the city, spoke with the people. I aired the problems of people in my city, and like this I work it.
You're definitely gonna have to improve your language skills in order to work in the media here. But from what I see, you seem to be pretty intent on learning Swiss German. You've been teaching me several words since I've been here, and even though you've told me many times that your English is not so good and it obviously needs improvement, but I think you've been handling these interviews quite well with English, so I hope to see you continuing to advance your language skills just as I'd like to advance my language skills, and hopefully we'll both be doing a lot more work in Europe in the media, and hopefully we'll be collaborating a little bit. It's very interesting for me to hear about how your life is as a refugee in Switzerland. I mean, I'll give you another glimpse of, give the audience a glimpse of Lucerne at sundown. So incredibly beautiful, and it is a little bizarre to come to such a fairy tale type place in terms of beauty in order to be working on stories and interviews about refugees. So I think the audience hopefully enjoyed getting a little bit of the perspective of refugee life in Switzerland, and like I said before, I wish you nothing but success on your journey here in Switzerland and in Europe. And are there any last words you would like to leave people with?
Thank you so much, dear Josh. I'm trying to learn Deutsch, Schweizerdeutsch, Switzerland Deutsch, and I am trying to step by step. One day they accept me and I can improve. One time I call you Josh, now I can speak Deutsch, now I can speak Schweizerdeutsch. Now I am working with some television here, some radio, some magazine here. It's one of my wish. And also I want same to you, dear Josh. Thank you so much to come in Switzerland, especially in Dutzend city, to visit me, to see some nice place of Switzerland. All the time I hope be safe and successful.
Thank you. I hope to be visiting you here more in the future. Thank you for inviting me
You're
to
welcome.
this beautiful city. And I don't know if you can get the handshake on camera, but
Thank you so much, dear Josh.
yes, best of luck, and hopefully a lot more to come in both of our futures.
Okay, I hope so. Have a nice time. Bye.
Okay.
Adi.
All right, Adi.